Should we do this?
Yep.
Hi. Where do we look?
Yeah, so what we're going to talk about today is why we are giving up our lives in Cambridge, why we are selling our house, our car, quitting our jobs, and then we're gone. We become completely nomadic.
Nomads.
Yeah, and actually, a lot of my colleagues, when I told them, they initially thought I would be like, "Oh, you're going off on a long holiday," and then they realized that after they watched our first video, that they went genuinely nomadic, like we were giving up, we were just selling everything.
I know, it's
wouldn't-
crazy.
Yeah, no house to come back to or anything.
I still can't believe that.
Just quite cool.
Yeah.
Go on, after you. Why are you doing this? Because I've got my own story.
Okay, so I have several reasons why I want to do this. I have always wanted to travel. I've always loved traveling, and I've always wanted to know what it's like to do for a long time, like for a long time to leave the same one place where we live and go off traveling. As a kid, I loved The Hobbit, and
You want to go and fight the dragon and steal his treasure?
no, I've always loved that part in the book where he leaves the house, he shuts the door, and he just goes off with no set purpose, no set goal.
It is really satisfying, isn't it?
And I really want to, I've always wanted to experience it. Ever since I read about it as a kid, I've always wanted to experience that. So yeah, why do you want to leave?
Yeah, so I mean, I have some of the same reasons as you, right? I've always loved traveling. I love exploring places and going to new places. I love adventure, and having trained as a geologist and a paleontologist, I love the natural environment. I love seeing like mountains and forests, and I've always had a real affinity for water. And I have, similar to you, a love for history. I don't know, really thrilling about being within an ancient environment, or like ancient cities, ancient ruins, that really appeals to me. And so what I'd really like to do is just like hang out in Angkor Wat for a few months and just be part of that environment. I'm sure I'd get bored, but that in my mind, that's what I want to be. I want to just live within ancient ruins.
I want to expose our kids to the world so they can learn more about it, experience things in it, and learn that the world generally is a good place and not to be afraid of.
One of the things I've always wanted to do, Daria, as you can perhaps tell from her accent, is not from the UK. So you are living in a different country from where you were born. And I have moved around the UK. Like I was raised in Scotland, and I'm now living in Cambridge, so opposite end of the country. But I've never actually lived outside of the UK, and I think there's a lot of value to different cultures around the world. Some have really positive, very positive things to different cultures that I want to experience. And you can go on holiday, but like you don't understand a different culture by going there for a week or two on holiday.
Yeah.
Especially not as a tourist. You're there as a tourist. It is different. And while we're going to be doing touristy things while we're away, we are going to settle down in places for a while as well, and just experience what it's like to live a quiet life in these places for a few weeks, a few months maybe. So one of my goals has actually been to work abroad for a year. I spent up to a month working abroad, but I like the idea of actually working abroad for a year. You're getting a job in another country for a year, or ideally continuing to do my current job, but in a different country. That ultimately hasn't worked out, so we've decided to go a slightly different route and just quit our jobs and do it that way instead. So it's not exactly what I had originally wanted.
A very, very big reason why I want to leave everything we have here and go off traveling is stuff.
Laundry.
Laundry.
More accurately, and this is going to sound really ridiculous, Daria wants to travel the world so that she doesn't have to do any more laundry.
I have so much laundry all the time. There is so much stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
So I suppose it's taking minimalism to an extreme.
Yeah.
And living out of a suitcase. So there will still be laundry, always. But there will be a suitcase worth of laundry, not 2 wardrobes plus whatever stuff is lying around worth of laundry. There's laundry upstairs waiting for me to fold right now. 2 loads.
Yeah.
Because I had one done yesterday.
And before anyone questions why I'm not bothered by the laundry, it's because it's one of the tasks that we have separated out. So I scrub the bathrooms and toilets and things.
I appreciate not having to do it, yeah.
And up until now, for what, 15 15 years or
Yeah.
something of like being together, that has worked for us.
Yeah.
Until recently, when it turns out children produce a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting
And all the
carefully
gym clothes as
like
well.
angled so that you can't see like the food stains down the side of my trousers from the kids.
Yeah, Isabel likes wiping her hands on you when she eats.
That's what this is.
Yes, because she sits on that side.
Yeah. Like you sit there next to her dinner and you suddenly feel a hand go. And you realise she's not petting you, she's not being loving, she's wiping the food off her hands onto you.
Okay, sometimes she tries to feed Peter dinner.
Okay,
Peter's elbow.
That's quite cute.
Not just his face, his elbow. She'll like bring the spoon to his elbow. I don't know why she's obsessed with your elbow.
She has offered me like a sippy cup and things like that. Yesterday at gymnastics, she offered me water.
Oh, that's sweet.
Like she had some water and then she held it out for me to ask me if I would like some.
Oh.
It's very sweet.
That is sweet, yeah.
It's just a bit annoying when she then wipes food on my clean clothes.
That actually brings us on to another reason why we're leaving is mental health. Is that we've been feeling a bit dragged down by everything, I think. And it has been affecting our mental health.
It's the monotony. It's
not
even that our lives are bad. Like our kids are great.
Yeah.
They are happy, they are healthy. I think we handle them very well in terms of like they're 1 and 3, they have tantrums and stuff. But actually we're really good with all of that. We've got really nice friends, we do stuff.
We've got nothing to complain about. Like
things like the cost of living crisis has not been great for anybody, and it has made things very difficult here because kids and childcare costs are just exorbitant, and that's made things very difficult for us. It's not that anything is necessarily bad, but at least from my perspective, leaving aside some postnatal depression after Izzy was born, I've just found myself a bit meh. That I don't really feel motivated to do anything, to make changes. I'm not thinking much about my own development. I don't necessarily mean professional, I just mean as a person. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm stagnating, I'm not improving, I'm not getting better, stronger, faster, smarter, whatever. That's kind of depressing because I've always been very motivated to improve myself. Mm-hmm. And if I look back on the past 3 years, I've gained a lot in terms of like how I am as a parent, and that's been its own challenge. But I still feel like I haven't really progressed much. It's where I think that maybe we just need to change. We need to shake things up a little bit because what we're doing right now is comfortable.
Yeah, that's it. It's comfortable.
And that's a really dangerous place to be, especially when we're young.
Being comfortable leads to a dangerous place where you stop growing, you stop developing.
Complacency, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I feel as well, that I've stopped growing, stopped developing as a person, stopped paying attention to my own development, and it is partly from postnatal depression and stress and anxiety related to work as well. It's not just the monotony of everyday life, it's the rush of everyday life that everybody has to go through. So I know everybody experiences that, where in the morning you have to get the kids out of the bed, feed them breakfast, bundle them to the car, get them to nursery, and then in the evening you pick them up, you get them home, feed them dinner, bath, bed. Everybody's stressed, everybody's tired, and I don't enjoy seeing my kids like this. I want to see them develop. I want to see them run around.
We want to do stuff with our kids.
And do stuff.
And I'm sure everyone feels this way as well. The amount of time we get to, like quality time we get to spend with our kids, the mornings are not quality time. I can't imagine many parents say, I have quality time with my children first thing in the morning, because they wake you up normally.
So around 5 a.m.
So you're not happy when you wake up. You're feeling kind of tired, you're feeling a bit grumpy, you wish you could have still been in bed for a couple of more hours. If you didn't have them, you could have slept until, 7 or 8, rolled out of bed. But with the kids, not so much, and there's no quality time. And then at the end of the day, they've had a whole day at nursery, it's a really nice nursery, but it's stressful. It's stressful for kids to not be with their parents, and so when they come home, they are tired, and that's when they misbehave, because they're exhausted and they can let out their emotions.
They've been holding themselves together the whole day, and now they can let go.
Yeah, and it's important that they can. We're glad that they're able to relax their emotional barriers when they come home. Unfortunately, that means relaxing them and unleashing a tidal wave onto us. So then, like 2 hours after we get them home, sort of 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, they are unleashing this torrent of emotions onto us. So it's rare that you get this little window of quality time with your kids, and that just if we were to look back on this in 10 years' time, think how much quality time did we really get to spend with them?
Yeah.
And that's not a way anyone should live their lives. That is a big motivator. It's a big motivator in the sense that we'll actually get to spend quality time with them every day. On the other hand, I don't know how much you've considered before
We
that
get to spend a lot of quality time with our kids.
it's just going to be the four of us.
Yeah, I think it's a massive step we're taking. It's a huge undertaking, but as much as it's stressful right now, it's also massively exciting for all of us to spend more time with each other, to slow everything down a little bit in our lives, to hit the refresh button and shake things up a bit and see where it takes us.
Yeah, what we want to do when we come back, if we come back.
Shall I say bye?
Yeah.
Yeah, leave comments below on why you would want to do something like this, and if you would want to do something like this.
And actually, for people that we know, especially people that we work with friends, and anybody that we're not going to have like a lot of regular communication with, do comment on our videos as well. Like we'll be reading these comments and we can reply and we can actually keep in touch that way, and it'd be really nice to hear from some of you, from all of you.
Yeah, we're hoping
while
these
we're
videos
away.
will be a way to keep everyone updated on where we are in our travels and how we're doing, and to stay in touch with as many people as possible. So do leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, like our video, and thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye!